months of chasing tenants, right, you get into stage 4, which is automation. Okay. And then stage 4 is like, there's 2 parts to this. One of them is marketing. Right? Because instead, the first 3 months, you're just like, I gotta get in there. Now, actually, I haven't even talked about, honestly, this is all software. This is all just software. There's nothing here about boots on the ground. There's nothing about like getting a boots on the ground person set up, which is actually onboarding. It's onboarding. Boots on the ground. If you're going to hire them. Or like a phone person to answer your phones, you know. Like this is like at the facility. At the facility. This, I'm only talking about software, but you need to do at facility. Which lists all this stuff out in the onboarding checklist and the deal analyzer. But at the facility, it's like, okay, now you're at the facility. You got to get your sign set up. You got to get your phone person, your boots on the ground if you need that, you know, so all this kind of stuff. And so we're not even getting into that. We haven't even gotten to that yet. But just so that know that there's like 2 parts as well too. It's the software, and then it's also the live in person. How are you going to manage the facility itself in person? Okay. So now, like, yeah, and then here you have stage 4, which is the marketing. All right. Because in the stage 3, I mean, you're not thinking about like, you're really kind of thinking about it, but you're not doing a lot of marketing for tenants, right? The marketing for tenants, you kind of sort of start in stage 3, but you really kind of do it in stage 4. In stage 4, the first thing you're going to do is really get Sparefoot set up. Now, Sparefoot is like, it's like the thorn in your side. All right. Sparefoot's like super expensive. All right. But you have to do it really in the beginning while you're like, you know, you get this set up so you can bring tenants in while you're trying to get the entire thing set up. Okay. But it's very expensive, and your ultimate goal is to not use Sparefoot. Your ultimate goal is online marketing for tenants. Okay. So this is like, how do you market? How do you get tenants in? Like, gone are the days where you could just put a sign in the front yard and be like, all right, got storage facility. You know, if I put a sign up, they will come, right? It just doesn't work like that. All right. You got to be marketing. So you have to do like, you know, you have to learn how to put yourself out onto the online world, because now people are just like, if you're not on Google Maps, if you're not doing Google Ads, then essentially like you're being missed, right? For the most part. Okay, so online marketing for tenants is very important. This is all getting online. Doesn't matter how small or how big your facility is, you have to be marketing online to find tenants. You have to be, all right? And, you know, because there's way too much competition out there. And if you're not doing something to put yourself in front of people, then you're missing out, okay? So that's part 1. And then the second part is software. Okay, software. And this is where you're getting in and you're doing inside your software revenue management and like dynamic pricing. If you are not doing dynamic pricing and revenue management, then you are not managing your facility properly. You don't need to be doing this manually. Now, a lot of people do this manually because they don't know how to utilize the software. But if you get a software that can do this, like storage, you can manage this automatically. That means that, you know, when you're 80% full, your units are this much. If you're 85, it's this much. If you're 90, it's this much. If you're 95, it's this much. 98, it's this much. And there's one left, it's like super expensive. And then it goes back down, right? So if you start getting vacancy, then your prices start dropping. And this is all automated in your software, okay? And then you have to do your auctions and your mail house. Can your softwares do this? Because this is a lot of work. People don't realize how much work auction processes are. But if you can do an online auction through your software, then why would you not do that? You don't need to be going and doing live auctions anymore. I mean, everything can be automated. And your mail house is, like I said, when you notify tenants that you're the new owner, if any type of letter that needs to go out for rate changes or new ownership or whatever it is, your software can manage that itself, right? You just have to pay for it, to go out. But I mean, you pay somebody, you pay you or somebody else to do it, or you pay them to do it, right? Might as well just have it all set up. So it's like, okay, do it and click and you're done, right? All right, so auctions and mail house. And then on top of that, you need to really get into your fee structure, your unit mixes, your and then your communication, your emails, texts. You have the basics set up in stage 3, but let's fine tune this. Let's really get in and fine tune this so this can be truly automated. And that's where you spend a couple months really figuring the software out, utilizing the software to the best of its ability so that you can make this, right, passive income. As passive as you possibly can make it. Now, obviously, you have to do some work. It's not 100% passive, right? But I mean, still, you want to make it as passive as you can, and you do that by online marketing for tenants, automate that, and then all your software internally automating that, okay? And that is all 4 stages, or actually it's 3 stages. The 3 stages: onboarding, transfer ownership, and automation. Okay.